All right, so now that we created our own custom constructors and we know how to do it by typing and stuff, let's take a deeper dive into what constructors actually are and how they work under the hood and how they affect the prototype chain and all of that stuff. Okay, let's go part one. As you know, constructors are just functions that creates new object instances. And we learned how to make our own custom constructors. But did you know JavaScript has built-in constructors for all their data types? I bet you did, because we did talk about them, right? This part we also knew that this keyword assignment in the constructor now refers to the newly created object. Constructors can be built in, such as capital A array, capital S string, or custom. And all types in JavaScript have their own constructors. Okay, so in JavaScript, when you have something like a literal array, like this, how does JavaScript construct this under the hood when you type that? Well, what it actually does is it does AR equals array, right? But it's going to put the new keyword in front. And then it will just fill in what you put, 1 and 2, AR2. Okay, now the new keyword itself is also just a shortcut for this. So you're going to grab the array constructor, access its prototype, and on its prototype lives the constructor method. Okay, and you will get the same thing. So the new keyword replaces the .prototype.constructor. Okay. Once again, we can also do this for every other type, not just array. Let's type it on type string, see if that works. Let's say string, and we're just gonna make this say hi. str, hi. Okay. So that's what happens every single time that you declare a variable and assign it to something. Underneath the hood, JavaScript is using its built-in constructors. When you create your own constructors, like we did before, and you create new instances with your own constructor, JavaScript will use your constructor functions. Okay? If not, it will use its constructor functions. Okay. And the fact that it uses its constructor functions lets you do things like str dot, and look at all of these methods. Okay, this is inherited from the string prototype and also from the object base, right? If strings and other primitives were not created and not wrapped and not constructed in an object wrapper, we cannot access all of these methods. Because remember, primitive types have no methods on them. Okay. Okay. Now, we learned how that works when we create a literal array, a literal string, a literal object. But how does it look inside of the prototype chain with JavaScript's built-in constructor and with our own built-in constructor? Let's take a look.